Welcome to EdMask, your daily dose of real English from real news. Today we are diving into a powerful topic, which is 10 English words you often hear in the news when there is a war, conflict, or international tension, especially between countries like India and Pakistan. You will hear these words in news channels, political speeches, or global discussions. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand and use them naturally in English. Let's begin with our word number 1, which is conflict. A significant This means that a situation where two sides face each other and neither wants to back down. There is no fighting yet, but both are ready. For example, the troops are in a standoff at the border. It's like a full of pressure and waiting. Next word is provocation, which means that one side does something to make the other side angry or distressed. For example, the missile test was seen a provocation. This means the action might trigger a bigger problem or might trigger a war. The other word is mobilize, which means to prepare and move troops or resources for possible conflict. For example, the country has mobilized its army in response to the threat. It is a word that means preparation for action, usually military. Next word is airstrike, which is our fourth word. An airstrike is an attack from the air using planes, drones, or missiles. For example, an airstrike was carried out on a suspected terror base. This word is used a lot in modern warfare reporting. Other word is territory, which means that land or area that belongs to a country. In the news, you often hear violation of a territory or disputed territory. For example, the incident occurred in disputed territory. This means both countries claim the same area. Let's pause here and see a short news style paragraph using these 5 words. After a military airstrike at the border, the sudden airstrike was seen as a provocation. Both countries have started to mobilize their forces, and the conflict is focused on disputed territory. All 5 words appear naturally, and now you understand what they mean. Before we continue, here is your speaking challenge. Say a sentence with each of these 5 words, even simple ones. For example, the soldiers were involved in a tense standoff. That speech was a provocation. They mobilized quickly. There was an airstrike last night. This is our territory. Practicing short, clear sentences help your fluency grow. Let's start with more words. Are you ready for more words? Let's begin our part 2 where we will learn the next words. Let's now complete our list with 5 more key English words used in war and you already learned standoff, provocation, mobilize, airstrike, and territory. Here are the next 5 words. Sixth word is infiltration, which means that secretly entering a place often by soldiers or spies. For example, there were reports of infiltration across the border. It usually suggests something sneaky or unauthorized. Next word is ultimatum, which means that an ultimatum is a strong warning or final demand. If the demand is not met, there will be serious consequences. For example, the government gave a 48-hour ultimatum to the other party. This word appears a lot when tensions are high. Next word is sanctions, which is our eighth word. Sanctions are the penalties or restrictions placed on a country, usually by another country or group of countries. For example, economic sanctions were imposed after the conflict escalated. They can involve trade bans, financial blocks, or cutting off aid. Next word is mediation, which means that a third party steps in to help two sides talk and solve problems as peacefully. For example, international leaders offer to start mediation between the two countries. It's all about helping others find peace through dialogue. Our last word is escalation, which means that the process of things getting worse from a small problem to a big crisis. For example, there are fears of further escalation if talks fail. It is the opposite of the de escalation, which means calming things down. Now, here is how these five words might appear in a news report. After reports of the infiltration, the country issued an ultimatum. If demands are not met, sanctions may follow. Meanwhile, foreign nations are calling for mediation to stop further escalation. You now understand what these words mean and how they are used together in serious news. Let's do a quick review of all the 10 words. First word is standoff, which means that army is ready on the border. Next word is provocation, which means that there is a chance of increase in conflict. The other word is to mobilize, which means the military has departed. The other word is airstrike, which is an air attack. Other fifth word is territory, which is the area of a country. The sixth word is infiltration, and the seventh one is ultimatum, which is the time allotted. And the eighth word is sanction, and the ninth one is the mediation, which is to resolve the conflict. And the last word is escalation, which means to increase. Here is your final practice challenge. Create your own short paragraph using at least 5 of these 10 words. For example, after the standoff turned tense, an airstrike was launched in response to provocation. As both sides mobilized, mediation was suggested to avoid escalation. You can use this kind of sentence in writing, interviews, or advanced speaking likes tests like IELTS or TOEFL. Before we end, here are three quick tips to keep improving your English using news. First one is to watch English news with subtitles. Pause and repeat new words. The second is that write short summaries of news stories using the vocabulary you have learned. And the third one is read global headlines and highlights these terms when you see them. And remember, learning vocabulary like this doesn't just help you in exams. It helps you think globally and speak like a confident, informed English speaker. Thanks for watching EdMask, your guide to smart English from real life topics. If this video helped you, hit the like, drop your comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical English lessons.